What's good, YouTube? I'm back. It's Amir, AA Alphonse, and you are tuned in to Shakur University. Today, we're going to talk about the top 5 rappers from Rolling 60s of all time. Now, the 6-0s, they done been on the internet. They done been in the media for all the wrong reasons as of late. A lot of inner beef, a lot of, different factions popping at each other, want to take fades with each other. But until recently with the boy Brick Baby, ain't nobody really pulled up for nothing. But anyway, on a lighter note, what I want to do is I want to highlight some of the good that the Rolling 60s have blessed the community with over the years. And we going to do this by naming their top 5 rappers. Now, what we do know is that the 60s, being one of the most largest hoods in LA, they done had a lot of talent come out of there. But what I did was I dumbed it down to the top 5. Or this is my top 5. You may got another list, but this is my list. And if you do got another list, then leave it in the comments. Because be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So, now that we got that out the way, let's go on and get this popping. Here is my top 5 rappers from RSC. Now let's talk about CJ Mack. Most of y'all might know CJ Mack from the podcast that he got with Dub C. However, CJ Mack been putting it down since 1995 commercially. Before that, CJ Mack was an independent artist that basically, like he said, I believe in his No Jumper interview, he willed himself into the industry. Because CJ Mack, out of all the people on this list, he's probably the one with the least amount of bars. But CJ Mack wasn't about spitting bars. He was about spitting game. And that's what CJ Mack gave in a lot of his raps. A lot of game about the streets. And on top of that, CJ Mack was more of a mogul. Like, people think like Nipsey Hussle invented the hustle from the 60s. The 60s always been had hustle. And CJ Mack was at the forefront. He was an artist. He was a movie director, an actor, a producer. I mean, CJ Mack did it all. So, it's no wonder he made this list of top 5 rappers from 60s of all time. Like I said, he wasn't the best bar spitter, but he was the best game spitter. And that earned him the number 5 spot on my list of top 5 rappers from Rolling 60s of all times. CJ Mack, much love. Giving you your flowers. Number 4, Cuzzy Capone. Now, a lot of people got introduced to Cuzzy Capone through Nipsey Hussle and All Money In. Rightfully so. However, Cuzzy Capone, he went to the Thunderdome of rapping. You see, the 6-0s, they known for the Thunderdome of squabbling. However, Cuzzy was in the Thunderdome of rapping. Here's why. He was under Corrupt, like he was right in that Corrupt era. So, you had Corrupt, then you had YA, you had Roscoe, and you had a lot of other young bar spitters that was in that group. Cuzzy was one of the people that was in that group that was around Corrupt. And hey man, anybody that know Corrupt know that Corrupt was pro bars. Yeah, he'll spit that gangster shit every now and then, but hey man, he was pro bars. You see what I'm saying? So if you was around Corrupt, you had to know how to rap. So anyway, by the time that Cuzzy got with Nip, he was already polished, already ready to go. And I remember my first introduction to Cuzzy. It was an interview on a website called Dub CNN. It was Corrupt and J.O. on there. And I think this is the time they was going that dance. But Corrupt was on there with a slew of little young, cats around him. And so he was like, yo, I got all my young spitters with me. You know, I got Roscoe, I got YA, I got Cuzzy. You know what I'm saying? I got Cobby with me. You know, so that was my first introduction to Cuzzy Capone. You know what I'm saying? He didn't spit nothing in that interview, or at least the interview I saw, he didn't spit nothing, but Crip definitely shouted out Cuzzy Capone in that interview on Dub CNN, homie. That was like, I don't know, whenever they was going that dash. Number 3, J Stone. Now, I think it was a gift and a curse that J Stone started off in jail during Nipsey's run, right? Because I think that gave him time to kind of see what was going on the outside, and then he perfected his craft on the inside. Now, I was splitting hairs a little bit between the number 4 and the number 3 spot, between Cuzzy and J Stone. The only reason that I put J Stone at number 3 is because I think that J Stone has been slightly more consistent than Cuzzy. You know, because like I said, Cuzzy come from that, you know, that era right under Crip. So back then, cats wasn't putting out music like they putting out now. You know, and so I think that J Stone has adapted more to the music world of now because he's a little more consistent than Cuzzy to me. And that's what I see. And no doubt about it, I think the more you work, the better you get. Especially when you was around such a perfectionist as Nip. And I think that J Stone, he coming with that, I'm trying to get better. Every time I put out something, every time I pop my shit, I'm trying to get better. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that I'll Be Hood, that's one of my favorite songs right now. So, gotta shout out Infant J Stone, who kind of like Tony Yayo, he started out the All Money In run on lockup. But when he got out, he made the most of his opportunity. And I think that he's one of the most consistent out of the All Money In camp right now. Number 2, Crip, Dog Pound Gangster. DPG, straight Dog Pound Gangster. DPG. Now listen, Crip, let's start it off like this. He's featured on 4 of the top albums of all time across any genre. Let me repeat that. He is heavily featured on 4 of the top albums of all time in any genre. All Eyes on Me by Tupac. The Chronic by Dr. Dre. 2001 by Dr. Dre. And Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. Top 4 albums of all time across any genre. Not to mention that Dog Pound album, that Dog Food, was a solid album. And Crip's first solo project, The Streets Is a Mother. Come on, man. Give it up. Throw it up. Give it up. Throw it up. Hey, give Crip his flowers, man. He been doing this thing since the early 90s. Still doing this thing. Still putting out dope music. And like I said, he's a bar master. Spitting them bars. So we got to respect Crip. I know some people might say Crip probably should have been number 1. But it is what it is. We gonna do it the way I want to do it. This is my top 5. If you want your top 5, put it in the comment section. But Crip, solid number 2 from the Rolling 60s. Yeah, you know. Hey, if you thought this video was going to turn out any other way, hey man, you don't have much faith in the process. And you's a dumb motherfucker, as MC Ren used to say. But listen, this is how this list turns out. And I'm not even gonna cap. I'm just gonna let Brian Hurst, baby, say what he gonna say.
Sin Hustle the GOAT, nigga. We see that's just regular shit though in the hood, like Sin Hustle the GOAT, nigga. We see that's just regular shit though in the hood, like.